to another episode of the Elevated Life Podcast. I am your host, Ashley, along with
Yvette.
Yes. So, y'all, we're really about to get into something that is really going to be, I think, quite enjoyable for all of us. Now, we all have things in our lives that are just unbelievable, actually, but they actually are true. Like, what is my life right now in this moment? What is happening? So, the topic that we are going to be diving into today is you wouldn't believe me if I told you. So, I just can't wait to see what is revealed because I know I got some stuff that folks would be like, no, you playing. You playing.
Right.
Oh my God. So
Well, we can
I'll
laugh
just
about
start.
it now.
Oh, look, at the moment, it was not funny.
Right.
It was not funny. So let's see. I have my little list here. I want to see what I want to start with. So I'll start with this one. I was talking to my kids the other day, and we were at the grocery store, and we were getting ready to go, putting the things in the car, and then one was getting like Madison was getting on one side, Anderson was getting on the other, and it's hot now, so I started the car just so like the air could start going. And Anderson had gotten in, and then Maddie was like the last person to get in. She was like, "Well, let me get in very fast because I don't want you to do me like Grandma did." I was like, "What happened?" And she was like, "Well, you don't remember I told you she left me at Kroger?" And I was like, "Left you at Kroger? What happened?" She said that Anderson had got in the car first, and she was getting in last. And the transportation mode just left without her in the car. So I
my
was
Lord.
like, how does this happen? So apparently she is traumatized by this because I think she literally, drove off and Maddie is sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't have, like, and she was younger. This wasn't last week. This was a while ago. So she did not have a phone, any way to contact anybody, nothing. So that's one incident that I thought
I
about.
need to hear Grandma's side of that story.
Oh, listen.
I know
Listen. Well, I thought she was in the car. Probably something like that. So that was funny. Another instance. Oh, we're not gonna name names. But Anderson brought this one up. You have roundabouts, right? I
Okay.
know a lot of roundabouts are like popping up everywhere. A
Oh,
lot, in suburban areas, urban areas, everywhere. They're just random. Okay. Who likes roundabouts? Nobody. They're
right.
just annoying. So anyway, there's a roundabout. And I've also been advised that you can go the wrong way in a roundabout. What? No. I mean, you see, like, doesn't your brain tell you clockwise or like, is it counterclockwise, clockwise? Which way is it? I don't know. Going to the
Oh,
right.
goodness.
Either way, I like it's the leading side.
Clockwise.
Right. I don't know. Isn't it leading to the right though too?
Yes.
Anyway, right. You start regardless of where you are on a roundabout, you go to the right to get
Oh,
started.
Lord.
You go to the left.
Woo, that's
So the
hilarious.
folks was like, hold up, wait a second.
What is happening?
Wait a second. What's happening?
That is too funny.
I'll just start with those for now. So I'm sure yours are probably not as dangerous as mine.
Well, the Maddie one reminded me of one I didn't write down because I have. So I have this one. When I was young, and my mom is gonna be so tickled when she watched this. When I was younger, when we would leave the house, I was very slow. And I mean, I was little, like probably like 6. And I was always the slowest one getting into the car, and I got it back because my kids move slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm moving slow. And one particular time, my mom thought that I was in the vehicle and we were in the house and I wasn't quite in. And she started backing up. Girl, I was holding on to that door. I felt like
Very similar. So I guess I shouldn't give her a hard time. It happened.
I felt like the Flintstones. You know how the Flintstones
Yes.
use their feet?
With their
Girl, I
feet.
was and hollering. She, girl, I thought she was in the car.
And I gotta say, she probably
Like,
think you should have been in the car.
listen, that was the last time I moved slow.
Oh, that's funny.
Pick them feet up.
So, okay. So I got to give some grace in that moment then. So,
Yes.
it happens.
So that happened. The other thing, I have a lot of pet stories. Okay. Lots of pet stories. This particular story, and my friends from home that I grew up with, hopefully they see this, they're gonna be cracking up. So I had a friend whose dad found some ducks, okay, in our neighborhood.
Baby duck.
Baby ducks.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I don't know if we were just like asking for them. Like this part is very vague because somehow or another, the ducks were being provided to the kids in the neighborhood as pets. Okay? A duck, a whole duck, a duck, a baby duck. So it gets worse.
Do we know what breed? What?
It's the breed of the neighborhood. I mean, it's a outside breed. I don't know. No breed. So like,
Canada Goose or because they get kind of big now. But
listen. I told my mom, I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, because I knew, I was like, I gotta ask permission.
Okay, good.
Like, Mom, can I have a duck? Like, it's some ducks over there, and like, so and so's getting some, and so's getting some. Listen, my mom was like, no, you don't know what you gonna do with a duck.
What do they eat?
Listen, she's like, you don't know how to take care of no duck. What you gonna do with a duck? I said, Mom, please. So she let me get one. And I give her a hard time to this day about this. I'm like, Mom, why would you say yes? I would have repeatedly told my kids no.
Some lessons you just got to learn.
Right. So listen, at the time, my mom's basement wasn't finished. Mm-hmm. So that's where the ducks stayed, like in the unfinished part of the basement. I had this little basket that I created, took this little basket, cut out something and put it down in the bottom of the bed, made it a little home.
Yes.
So I'm like, then I named her Ebony.
Ooh,
right?
Ebony the duck. Listen, I am a professional duck. Please do not come over here with no Daffy, Daisy, Dilly, Ducky. Okay? I have a professional name.
And to all the Ebonies out there, I'm so sorry. Because this is not.
She was upgraded with that name. Okay. I'm telling you.
So, long story short, I asked my mom, I was like, well, Mom, what do you feed a duck? What do you feed a duck? She was like, take some cornmeal and some water
and mix it together. Oh, we're going to have.
Put it in a syringe.
Oh, in a syringe.
My mom straight face told me that. Like, I thought she legit knew what to feed a duck. I later found out after Ebony went on home to glory.
Poor thing.
She didn't make it very long. And that's a whole story.
A service for Ebony. I'm so sorry.
Went on home to glory.
Some milk, maybe.
And Ebony was, baby, she was
dying. And you probably thought, oh, she's just talking to me. No. Just distressed. And how long did Ebony make it?
Oh, I don't recall, but it was not long.
It was not long.
It was, maybe 10 days tops.
Ebony.
Like, she didn't make it long at all. At all.
Ebony said, well, I got to take one for the team.
Ebony went on home.
They feeding me right.
she went off.
That before I share my pet story, since we on the topic, do you have any more pet iterations that you would like to share?
I'm gonna share one more. I have several, but I'm gonna share one more. Girl, I have so many. We had hamsters. Like I think most kids, not every kid, but a lot of kids know with hamsters. And
Yes.
like, spoiler alert, hamsters are rats. I mean, they're like little mice. Like they're disgusting.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I thought it was amazing. And we had them little bitty ones, like the real small ones.
Okay. Dwarf hamster. Oh, the smallest of the small.
It's so small.
It's a mouse.
It's a mouse. It's a mouse.
It's a mouse.
And we kept them in our little living room. And I was young. I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young. And so my mom asked us what we wanted to name them.
Here we go. You can't top Ebony, so I'm waiting for this one.
Oh, I can top it. You ready? It was a man and a woman. It was a male and a female.
Yes.
So the male's name was Martin Luther King Jr.
King Jr. MLK. We're going to just go ahead and give him a nickname. MLK.
And the female's name was Coretta Scott King.
Coretta? These hamsters are ready to deliver a speech. They
are fighting for civil rights.
From excellence. We come from excellence. Do not
play with Black excellence in the Fan Troy home. Okay.
Listen, even the pets, they better get in line.
Right.
Everybody here prepared to do what they do. Okay.
Everybody doing their part.
You better know which name you asking for because we ready.
Right. And Coretta was evil.
Ooh, Coretta said, "Don't do it."
Coretta would start having babies, eating her babies.
Coretta said, "It's not enough space. You are me. It ain't gonna be me."
Oh my God, Lord help me.
Yeah, girl. She said,
Coretta said, "Listen, I'm not for this cage life."
She said, "Y'all got me mixed up. Think I'm about to be crowded. I'm the queen." Okay.
Needless to say, they didn't live very long either.
Oh goodness. Coretta and
another backyard service.
Listen, I mean Ebony, Coretta, MLK. I mean, listen, dynasty and excellence created. Well, I might have a little something that we can interject there. I mean, have you ever seen a possum that's been domesticated? Girl, the other day, I was at Whole Foods, right? Minding my business. I don't know why I was in the car for an extended period of time. I was in the car probably like looking at my list or looking for a coupon, doing something. Anyway, maybe taking a call, whatever the case was. I was in the car and I was like getting ready to go in the store and I see this lady, come on out of the Whole Foods and walk, in front of my car. Hi, waving. I'm like, hey. Like, okay, hi. So she goes to her car, goes and she's driving a little Prius. She puts her stuff in the car and then she, speaking to somebody else in the parking lot, right? Like, I was like, she's just talking to everybody today. Then she invites these people to her passenger side of her car. I'm like, okay, so now I'm in. I'm like, oh, what we doing? I'm in now. I'm like, we selling stuff on Facebook. Well, what we got? I got to see it go down. She opens the door and picks up a possum.
Just straight in her car?
In her car, on the front seat, a passenger rider. He on shotgun, okay? And picks him up and proceeds to let the little boy that was randomly trying to go in Whole Foods with his mama hold the possum. Girl, I couldn't believe it. I mean, was bouncing it like, and we ain't talking no small possum. We talking probably about, he was at least 17, 20 pounds.
You see them on the side of the road.
Look like that. No. He was ready. Okay. I'm like, she's probably getting ready to feed him that food. He is getting organic, top of the line food. Do you hear me? And then, because I was so nosy and bewildered by this whole situation, she's going to say, you want it back? You want it back? Girl, no. I was like, okay.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
My mind, I'm now in a rabbit hole of Googling, do people have possums as pets? Possums of Ohio. Girl, I'm just like on this whole thing trying to figure out what's going on. I was like, wow. When I thought I had seen it all, they got me with it.
I can't talk too bad about the lady because I got one more pet story for you.
Okay,
This
give
one,
it.
this one ain't as bad, I don't think. So when I was in middle school, our teacher, one of our teachers, had an iguana. Right?
Oh yes, iguanas are
Class,
so cool.
they are so
Yes.
cool. Classroom pet. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a little older.
Okay.
You could tell he was a little more mature.
Mm-hmm.
And summer came around, and she was a smart teacher because
Mm-hmm.
summertime came around, and she said, "Who we were giving this opportunity for students to take the iguana home for a period of time over the summer.
Okay.
You could sign up for it. You obviously got to have your parents' permission. Da 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 da."
Mm-hmm.
Me raising my hand. Why? Why? Because if my kids did, I'd be no, I'm not doing that.
I'm
So I
telling you.
asked my mom. I said, "Mom, can I have the iguana for a part of the summer?" She was like, "Long as it stay in your room, that's fine with me. Long as it stay in your room." So
Correct. Said, don't be bringing nobody up in here because
right,
I'm not
and
right now.
clearly I wasn't good with pets. So why? I don't know.
Yeah.
So the iguana, and the main reason why I wanted the pet iguana is because he had a leash and you could walk him. And I was
Oh,
like, I
he
want to
is
walk.
fancy.
Okay. Listen, I was terrified of him. So why did I have a pet iguana? And he ain't like me. He would be hissing. He would be and I,
I didn't know they hissed.
girl, that one hissed at me. And it reminded me of Jurassic Park. And I was terrified of Jurassic Park. As big as I was. What's
I was
his name? I don't even remember. And then some of his toes was like messed up, and then his tail, part of his tail was gone because
Girl, he
something
is
happened.
in
I
the
don't know.
mood.
And so the tail was growing back, and then they shed, and it stunk. And I
Ooh.
had to feed that thing, and he had all kind of medicine and stuff because he was older.
I mean,
Girl,
this is a whole
right?
situation.
And again, mother,
Iguana
why
medicine.
did you let me do that?
I mean, he said, I'm not in the mood today. I ain't took my pill yet. You ain't took me on no walk since I've been here. And then here you come talking about some leash. You know, no leash. I'm not dealing with you today.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness. He
I
was
could,
still at the fact that he was hissing. And I did not
girl,
know that
that thing
iguanas
hissed.
got aggressive. Well, they do. I don't know if they get aggressive. Is that the right word? Because, girl, we were in Miami at a hotel, mind you, and an iguana that we saw, he just like scurry up, like a lizard, like scurry up and look on top of like a tree, like a little vegetation, if you will,
Mhm.
area. Then we saw him on another side of the pool. Girl, next thing we know, that joker had jumped in, baby. He said, "Listen, y'all here today, but I've been here, okay? Because I'm about to take me a dip. Stay in if you want. I'm getting in." Girl, them folks got out that pool so fast. Now,
Right,
it's one of them wild domesticated ones, meaning like we have built hotels probably on top of his house. So he says, I have no choice.
right.
So he was large.
So we
He was
family.
rather large.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. He was large.
Mm-mm.
So yeah. So oh my gosh, that is so funny. So let's talk about this. Have you ever witnessed someone getting a snack and they proceed to get their snack, and let's just say the snack of choice today is bread. Have a little toast, bagel, this or that. Girl, somebody told me one time, now I'm with my entire family at this moment, right? Somebody told, like, we were visiting with someone. And they said, yeah, I'm going to, give me a little bite. So, y'all want some? I'm going to just have me some bread. I got some cinnamon bread. I'm just going to have me some of that. I was like, no, we're okay. We're just eating. We're fine. We're just going to still visit, still chit chat. Girl, the person proceeds to eat one piece of bread, then two pieces of bread, then three,
No,
then
you
four.
didn't. No, they didn't, Ashley.
I'm like, oh, okay. There we go. They like this bread. This bread must be fresh. It's really good. Now, I just like, because listen, I'm a bread person myself. I got to slow myself down on it sometimes, so I get it. It's good now. They proceeded to eat the entire loaf.
Have you
Eat an entire loaf of bread
as a snack?
at one time.
That's
No
hilarious.
break. I mean, no butter.
Just the bread?
Just an entire. I couldn't believe it. I had never witnessed it in my life. Later on, I was like, did anybody catch that besides me? They was like, yeah. I was wondering what was going on. Jess was like, ooh, I don't want to be in that bathroom when that go down. Entire loaf
A
of
whole loaf.
bread. I couldn't believe it. I
I
couldn't
do
believe
like bread, though. I ain't gonna tell you no
I mean,
lie.
I like some bread too now. Now, I have been known to eat me. Listen, this is my business and you mind yours. I done ate 2 bagels at once. Mind your own business and judge yourself because I didn't ate 2 bagels at once. But I have
Those walls from Texas
succeeded in a
Roadhouse.
whole loaf of bread.
That's
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
Well, I got one more for you. This was a how do I say this? This was a story that we that has been passed down from generation
Oh
to
wow.
keep these kids in line. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
So when we were younger and we would go to like the mall, my mom would be like, y'all need to behave, da 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 da. So I'm really figuring out right now, a lot of these stories involve my mom. So maybe I need to have a conversation with her. But
I'm
we would
telling
go
you.
to the store. My mom would be like, okay, y'all need to behave. And I don't know if she just made this up, like where it came from. But she would point to mannequins and be like, if you don't act right, you're gonna be just like that mannequin. You're gonna be
Oh,
froze. And
you don't want to end up like that with no head.
it's worse. Right. Some of them didn't have heads. And she would always somehow, I feel like every time it would be the ones that had a whole family. Like it would be the one with the kid and the dog.
You know, Americans back in the day, they had hair. They had
They
hair.
had hair. It would
They
be
would
the
have
ones with like the
makeup. Yeah,
mom and the
yeah.
little boy or the little
They
girl and the
did.
little raggedy dog.
Exactly.
And she would be like, the mannequin fairy froze those people because the kids was being bad and they stuck like that forever. I was terrified. I was like, whew, gotta be
Let me
good.
straighten up. Let me straighten up
So
because I do not want to be in this store.
so we went to the store when I had kids, and we end up after I had my children, we went to the store. And I remember they was misbehaving one time, and I had that memory pop up. I was like,
Let me see if
so
it works.
girl, I told the kid, I put them on. I said, listen, you see that little boy over there? That's from the mannequin fairy. He froze him because he was misbehaving in the store. And girl, my kids, and we, until they got to a certain age, they were like, Mom, that is not true. Like they start asking questions like, why she ain't got no hands then? I'm like, well, that one don't have no hands because that was part of her, you know. Girl,
Oh
yes, the
my
mannequin
God.
fairy. Why?
I mean, that is something. That is
Why?
I believe it. You see, the thing with that is I like it, but you got to catch it at the right age.
Right.
You got to catch it at the right time so that they will still believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
Early.
but I love the fact that it's been passed down though. So you definitely have to tell your girls so that when they have their own family, they can use that
Do
too.
the
I
same
love that
thing.
though. That's
And
so
now it's
sweet.
just a running joke. Like my kids be
You don't
like,
want to be that
Mom,
man.
remember when you told us that those are
Oh,
people?
that's awesome.
So
I
it's
love that.
hilarious.
That's so cute. That's so
Yeah.
cute. Oh
I
man,
love
well we have had some good laughs today.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
love this. My
between the
favorite.
possum and Ebony and Coretta. Listen, Coretta is the real G of the story. Okay,
Okay. Coretta didn't play. Beating
I'm,
up on
I'm
in
telling you. And Coretta said, "I'm leading the way on it. Who gonna say so?"
right.
Oh my gosh.
with
Well,
twin
this
hamsters.
was so fun. This was a great topic. I'm so glad that we had an opportunity just to like talk about some things that happened. And when you look back on it, you laughing to yourself. Like,
Oh my
what in the
God.
world is going on?
Like, why? The possum got me gone though.
I'm telling you. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of the Elevated Life Podcast. We enjoyed having these laughs with you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.
See you
Thank
next
you.
time. Bye.
Bye.